Did you feel comfortable with the techniques?
Frankly, no. And I elected to forgo the training. I was asked if I wanted to be trained in the enhanced techniques, and I sought the counsel of a senior agency officer, who's still an agency officer. And I said, what would you do in my situation? And he said, frankly, I think it's a slippery slope, an accident's going to happen, and I wouldn't do it. And so I declined.
So you did not go through the training?
I did not.
Have you seen waterboarding?
We waterboarded each other in the beginning to see what it felt like. And it's a wholly unpleasant experience.
What is it like?
You feel like you're choking or drowning.
And are you literally upside down, or?
You're on your back with your feet at a slight incline. There's some cellophane or material over your mouth, and then they pour water on this cellophane. You can't breathe, and it feels like the water's going down your throat, and then you begin choking. It induces the gag reflex.
But the water's not actually going into your mouth?
No.
Or through your nostrils?
No. It just feels like it is.
It feels like it is because of the pressure onto the cellophane.
Correct.
Like a saran wrap kind of thing.
That's right.
And how long did you last?
About 5 seconds.
Really? Would you call it torture?
You know, at the time, no. At the time, I thought this was something that we really needed to do. I had heard stories of captured German prisoners from the Second World War playing chess with their interrogators. And over the course of many weeks and months of playing chess, they develop a rapport, and the German ended up giving information. Al-Qaeda is not like a World War II German POW. It's a different world. These guys hate us more than they love life. And so you're not going to convince them that because you're a nice guy and they can trust you and they have a rapport with you, that they're going to confess and give you their operations. It's different.
You're not going to be able to slowly seduce them to talk?
Not these guys. And at the time, I felt that waterboarding was something that we needed to do. And as time has passed, and as September 11th has moved farther and farther back into history, I think I've changed my mind. And I think that waterboarding is probably something that we shouldn't be in the business of doing.
Why do you say that now?
Because we're Americans and we're better than that.
But at the time, you didn't feel that way.
At the time, I was so angry, and I wanted so much to help disrupt future attacks on the United States that I felt it was the only thing we could do.
And with Zubaydah, you think that was successful?
It was.
And we have reported that Khalid Sheikh Mohammed was also waterboarded.
I was out of it by then, but it's my understanding that he was also waterboarded.
But those were really the only two?
To the best of my knowledge, yes.
And bottom line, as you sit here now, do you think that was worth it?
Yes.
Did it compromise American principles, or did it save American lives, or both?
I think both. It may have compromised our principles, at least in the short term. And I think it's good that we're having a national debate about this. We should be debating this, and Congress should be talking about it, because I think as a country, we have to decide if this is something that we want to do as a matter of policy. I'm not saying now that we should, but at the very least, we should be talking about it. It shouldn't be secret. It should be out there as part of the national debate.